Hey guys, how's it going? Long time no see. My sabbatical is still going in some ways, but I thought I'd just kind of pop in, say hello, tell you guys I miss you. Also, I just wanted to kind of maybe go through some of what God's been taking me through. I know this has kind of been a different time in different ways for everybody. So some people some people are off work. Some people are stuck inside. Some people are lonely. Some people like me, introverts. Uh, we have a love-hate relationship with this time because we don't have as much interaction, but then we have interaction all the time because when you got three kids, you have interaction all the time. So God's been kind of expanding my introverted heart in those ways. But I wanted to share a little bit with you guys what God's been, I guess, moving within me, speaking within me, and hopefully it'll encourage you guys. So I've got some scriptures and some stuff on the screen, so I'm not going to pretend like I memorized it. So just know I don't have anything in front of me, but I have it up on my screen. So I didn't memorize this. Okay, whatever. Okay, anyway, first I wanted to read to you Philippians 4:8-9. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there's any excellence, if there's anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you. And I know in this time, one of the struggles I've had is being present. And that's just the truth. It's a struggle to be present. And interestingly enough, when you're stuck in place, you can't do anything. You kind of have to step out of the stream, the river that you've been traveling in, because of circumstances that you didn't create and that you have no control over. Things come to a standstill in your heart and your mind. Have to start dealing with things that maybe you hadn't before because you've been able to just kind of cruise, just kind of float down the river. And I know it's been a struggle for me to really just start seeing and grabbing onto the beauty of the moment, the present moment of the one I'm in, as opposed to looking at why this is happening, what's going to happen later, finances, space, time, production, all these things. Like they all flood in at you, and there's so many things vying for your heart and for your attention in these times. And one of the things I constantly go back to is there's this book by Brennan Manning called Ruthless Trust, and there's this part where he's talking about a dinner with one of his friends, and I think it's a monk. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'm paraphrasing here, but he's having dinner with his friend. And they're done with dinner. His friend says, "Hey, I've got some dessert, so we can have some dessert." And Brennan Manning starts picking up the dishes and he starts putting them in the sink and starts washing them. And his friend's basically like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm going to do the dishes." And he says, "Oh, no, you're not." And Brennan Manning at this point, there's an inner dialogue thinking he's going to serve this man of God that he's at dinner with, and he's doing a really good thing, and he's really perplexed because he's like, why can't I do these dishes? And his friend says, because you're going to do them to get to dessert, and I'm going to do them to do them. And Brennan Manning goes on this whole kind of inner dialogue after that about how being present, how he's moving from one thing to another, not really being present in the moment and capturing the beauty of what he's putting his hand to and where God has him going deep. And I think it's either St. Thomas or St. Francis of Assisi that talks about the beyond not being beyond, but in the depths of here and now. And I think that's one of the things that I've been struggling with in this time, is just going deeper and deeper into the depths of here and now and grabbing onto the little beauty and the little things that God puts in front of us every day and puts in front of me. It's a struggle. And I just want to say that I encourage you guys to continue doing that, to realize that this is the only moment that exists. Like what happens after the shelter in place, it's the future. It's fantasy. And what has happened since then, since before, it's the past. It's also doesn't exist. This is the moment that we have to go deep and beyond, deeper into the beyond within. And so Brendan Manning also talks about in his book, The Ragamuffin's Path to God, he quotes Henry Nouwen, who's a great author. I've been reading him over my sabbatical, and Matt's one of his favorite authors as well. So I'm going to read you this and then leave you guys with this to chew on for the rest of the week. Henry Nouwen wrote of the spiritual work of gratitude. To be grateful for the good things that happen in our lives is easy, but to be grateful for all of our lives, the good as well as the bad, the moments of joy as well as the moments of sorrow, the successes as well as the failures, the rewards as well as the rejections, the pandemics as well as the health. He didn't say that. I added that. That requires hard spiritual work. Still, we are only grateful people when we can say thank you to all that has brought us to the present moment. As long as we keep dividing our lives between events and people we would like to remember and those we would rather forget, we cannot claim the fullness of our beings as a gift of God to be grateful for. Let's not be afraid to look at everything that has brought us to where we are now and trust that we will soon see in it the guiding hand of a loving God. So I'm going to read this Philippians scripture one more time for you guys to just soak in. Finally, brothers, this is Philippians 4:8-9. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you. And so I encourage you guys to do that. Hold on to those things, find those things, and be those things for other people. You know people who are alone, who are lonely, who are struggling, and you can be the beauty and you can be the pure and just and lovely thing and commendable thing in their life by reaching out in this time. And I encourage you to do that. And hopefully I will see you guys soon. Family's doing well, and we miss you guys. We miss being with you. And I am really looking forward to getting back and, hugging you guys and saying hello from more than a telephone call or a text. So love you guys. I'll talk to you later.